today's session, we'll be diving deep into the capabilities of Azure OpenAI versus Copilot, helping us understand their strengths and how they fit into the modern business and development landscapes. So, moving forward, I would like to take you through the agenda for today's session. So, I hope our screen is visible to everybody. Mm, you can probably react if. All right. I assume that our screen is visible. Thank you so much. Uh, First, we will be taking you through Terracez, and later we'll be running through the session Azure OpenAI versus Copilot. We will also be discussing few use cases. Thank you so much, Mohammed. Thank you so much. Also, end of the session, we will also be having Q&A. Please note, do not add any questions in the chat section while we are presenting. There's a Q&A session after we finish the use case and by end of the session. You can all put in your questions when we present the Q&A round. Moving forward, I would like to introduce our presenter, Mr. Harsh. We have Harsh is a seasoned technology consultant with expertise in .NET, Core Azure, AWS platform. Harsh is also skilled in microservice architecture, creating scalable software solutions that helps in business optimization. Harsh, thank you so much, and over
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you, Biba. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. I'm Harsh Mahajan, and I'll be guiding you through this exciting session where we'll explore the differences between the two powerful AI tools and their use cases and when to use what. Before that, I would like to quickly give you an introduction about our company. So at Terracez, we specialize in ERP implementation practices, helping businesses streamline operations and maximize efficiency. As an expert in dynamic solutions using Azure and Power Platform, we enable organizations to build scalable, intelligent, and data-driven ecosystem. Beyond ERP, we have a strong foothold in IoT and industrial automation and delivering smart solution that optimizes business process and enhance productivity. And expanding our horizon, we are now deeply focused on AI, and that brings us to this core of today's webinar, exploring Azure OpenAI versus Copilot. At Terracez, we believe that every solution should be driven by drive measurable business value. Okay, and that's why we follow a structure of ROI centric approach. We make sure that we establish a key performance indicator to track success and continuously optimize performance. Every project we undertake is designed to maximize return and deliver tangible business benefits. And with this approach, we ensure that our solutions are not just innovative, but also drive real business outcomes. So before we begin, let's do a quick poll to get a sense of our audience. How many of you have used either any of the AI solution before? You'll see a poll on the screen and you can go ahead and vote. Viva, if you could just run the poll, please.
Yeah, sure. I'll do it. Yes. Okay, Harsh, I think we have the responses. I can go ahead.
Yeah, great. So whether you are new to AI or already experimenting with them, this session will give you a clear understanding of their capabilities and help you make informed decisions. So let's get started. So the industry has been evolving at an incredible pace, and we have witnessed the shift from Industry 4.0, the era of IoT, big data, smart factories, and AI automations and so on. But now we are moving beyond automations. We're entering to the era of Industry 5.0, where technology does not just automate processes, but work alongside humans, augmenting creativity, intelligence, and decision making. So AI is no longer just about replacing repetitive tasks. It's about collaborations and enhancing human capabilities. And as you can see, over the past few years, AI has been the center of the transformation. Businesses are integrating AI into their daily operations, not just as a tool for efficiency, but as a strategic asset that drives innovation. As you can see here, the market capitalization or market size of AI is increasing day by day, and we see a huge hike in the AI market size. So one of the biggest drivers of AI revolution has been the rise of Azure OpenAI and Microsoft Copilot. These technologies are redefining how business interact with AI. So let's begin by first understanding what Azure OpenAI is and how it is transforming industries worldwide. So one of the influential players in AI revolution has been OpenAI. OpenAI was founded in 2015 and it started as a research lab focused on artificial intelligence and has since then developed so many powerful AI models like GPT-4, DAL-E, Codex, and so on. And recognizing the potential of OpenAI technology, Microsoft formed a strategic partnership with OpenAI, investing billions into its development and integrating these AI models into Azure cloud ecosystem. This collaboration led to the launch of Azure OpenAI Service, which provide businesses with secure, scalable, and enterprise-ready capabilities. So with Azure OpenAI, organization can access the cutting-edge models directly through Azure, allowing them to build AI-driven applications for automations, customer engagement, and content creation. And all this is like while maintaining the security and the compliances. So let's try to understand what OpenAI is bringing what OpenAI is offering us in the Azure ecosystem. So first of all, it brings all the advanced language models like GPT-4, 3.5 Turbo into the Azure ecosystem. Secondly, and one of the important feature what it is offering alongside Azure is that a custom AI model fine tuning. It means that you can train your own AI model based on your business requirement. It would understand your business processes, and it would give you insights and give you responses which are relevant to your business, which can help you make more. It can assist you in taking the more accurate decisions. Of course, since it is on Azure, it is more scalable and it is secure. It also comes up with a lot of generative AI models for for content creation, video creations, and bringing more opportunities while building interactive or creative videos. So Azure OpenAI is a great, it is great, and it is basically meant to be used for building custom AI solution. What I mean by custom AI solution is that it can integrate with your existing systems or applications you might be using it from like couple of years maybe. Okay. So it makes it very seamless and comfortable for any organization to integrate AI without like changing their existing platform or without changing any processes. So using through the REST APIs, we can integrate Azure OpenAI services into the existing infrastructure. So let's try to understand how Azure OpenAI can be useful in different business cases. So let's take a look into one use case for improving the customer support using Azure OpenAI. So customer support is a key factor for many of the product-based or companies, offering support, technical support or process-based support to their customers. And they're handling like thousands of calls and emails every day. And it is really important for them to be very efficient. They should be efficient in providing the understanding the and summarizing the customer problems. They should be efficient and providing more appropriate responses. Okay, so which can make the customer experience better. So let's take a dive deep into the architecture of this solution. So as I said, like it is for the BPO or KPO kind of a company. So where customers or caller can directly call to the agent. All these calls are getting recorded in the telephony server, a server where all the telephone calls are tracked. You might have also experienced during, any customer call that you hear a recording saying that this call is getting recorded for, quality and training purposes. So all these record calls are basically stored in the telephony server. Now Azure services will come into the picture. We can fetch that. We are fetching that telephonic audio calls into and storing them securely on Azure storage. Okay. Those audio files are then further getting converted to text. So there is a cognitive service from Azure which is called speech to text. So using that, we can convert all the audios into text, and then comes the OpenAI. So before we send it to the OpenAI, we are supposed to like clean up the text. We have to structure that text in such a way that it would be more effective or efficient for Azure OpenAI service to also process it. So we fed that text to the Azure OpenAI. Azure OpenAI services can help us identify the sentiments during the call. It can identify or help us in diagnosing the problem what customers are facing and creating a clear business summary. That summary or insight, whatever you say, it can be easily get integrated with reporting tools like Power BI, where you can see the incoming call traffics and by time you can see the telemetries there. Whereas you can also embed that insight into CRM solutions where you can see the detailed call history and summaries and reasons in detail. So like this, it can be so if you see here, Azure OpenAI is working in the background. It is not something which is working on the as a chat bot or where human is intervened. This service is basically working in the background, and it is offering its services through REST APIs. Let's take a look into the another use case to understand this much better. So another example which I'm going to talk about is the recent application development what we have done for one of our client is KYC document verification. So I'll just give you a little brief about the requirements. So KYC is very crucial for many businesses like retail, trading, finance, and so on. So they were looking for KYC a solution which could proactively verify the documents before it is getting saved into the document host. The requirement was that because there are thousands of documents getting uploaded, and it is really not, even though we have the platforms to store and we have reporting, but it is really very challenging for the business or finance team to verify their documents because the volume is too high. Let's try to understand how Azure OpenAI's capability can help us in doing the document verification. So as you can see here, there is already a web portal available, which we have developed and which is hosted on Azure, through which customers can, update their documents, update their KYC details, which includes for trading company, it could be a VAT certificate, business licenses, and passport copies, and so on, which are supposed to be updated every day, every year. Okay, so it is really crucial for business that only the verified and approved documents are stored. So what we have done here is we have leveraged the Azure OpenAI's capability. We are capturing the uploaded documents and feeding it to the solution called Function App in Azure, which is further sending that uploaded files to the Azure OpenAI service, and it is asking questions like to verify the document whether the document belongs to the same person. Let's say there's a person A and and that A person is uploading document for B, then it should not allow to upload the document. So it will do the verification of the document. It will check the expiry, whether the documents are not expired or whether they are near expiry. We can evaluate all those aspects using the Azure OpenAI, and we can show it to the customer. This will help business to store appropriate and verified document. So with this was a plugin which we have built using Azure OpenAI and Function App. And just trust me, this portal was already been available and customer has been using it. And it was really we were very comfortable to integrate this AI option into their existing business process. So this is what I meant earlier as well, that businesses doesn't need to change their existing solution. It can be plugged in to existing solutions using API. I'll walk you through one more use case, which is one of the interesting and use case. And use case is regarding the data centers. So we have similarly built one platform for our customer who are managing data centers. Let me give you a little background about the data centers so that you can understand the intensity of the requirement. So the data centers have around 20,000 data storage systems kept in the rack. This is the one. So the volume of data storage systems are huge. Second thing is that in the data center, not all storage systems are from the same vendor. There are certain storage systems from Dell. There are certain storage systems from HP, Hitachi, and so on. There are different service vendors are having their solution, and everything is in the place. Now we have already built in past a platform where we can show all the events. So this storage system generate a lot of events every day. So these events are related to like the hardware failures, if there are any possible hardware failure, or whether the memory is about to get full. So that we should not hang this server, and it proactively messages that, okay, I am at the 80% capacity, and so on. So there are different kind of events. The events could be related to the hardware parameters like the temperature of the servers and so on. Now, so we have already built a solution which communicates with different vendor solutions like Dell, HP, and everything, and we are showing the aggregated information and all the event in one place. That went well. Okay, customers are able to see all the events and they see the reports and fine. But now the main reason behind integration and all these things was that the engineers who are maintaining this storage system, they should be efficiently able to track it. Now with this integration, what happened is that thousands of events we can see it on the portal. We can aggregate, we can see like all the events there. And now there are not many, but against that thousands of storage system, there are 10 or 15 engineers working on the resolution of the issues day and night. And it is really challenging for them to understand which event is more critical or which storage system needs immediate attention rather than going in sequence that okay, so that by the time they solve this issue, which could be like delayed for a couple of hours, they could have addressed another system. So, so to address this problem, we have integrated Azure OpenAI into their existing platform, which we built. Using this platform, the data center engineers can ask a question like a chat GPT or a Copilot over a portal. They can ask like systems which are about to which need immediate attention, and they can get the list of this document. So if you see if you see here, this AI solution is focusing on their business process. So this is what I mean by fine tuning custom AI models. And as and when they use more, as they use more, they send more queries, the AI model get more trained towards answering the questions, and it is giving them more accurate results. So let's take a look at it, how we achieved that solution. So we already had a portal which was already communicating. We already had a data collector which is periodically capturing all the data center events and storing them periodically. This was a continuous process going on. All the raw data having in different formats. Some of them was in Excel format. Some of them were having HTML. Some of them were JSON. Even the fields are different. But see, because there are different vendor solutions available, all those raw data is getting stored in the storage tables. Now there was another entity, we call it as a data processor. It processes the data, transforms it. Okay, it structure the data so that it can be easily fed to the AI engine so that it can give us more appropriate results and in a less time. So it will be less transformation for Azure OpenAI, and it can respond quickly because in case of data centers solutions, and of course in many business cell processes, time is really important factor. There should not be any delay, and they wanted a very proactive systems, which can help the data engineers. So, so on that process data, we have integrated Azure OpenAI. Okay, and then we have added a prompt on the portal. To that prompt, data engineers can ask questions like number of critical systems having critical errors. So, okay, they can ask. They also have a Power BI dashboard which is just giving them graphs and all. But to take an action, okay, they need they want the exact name or details of the system which need immediate attention, and that's how they are leveraging this Azure OpenAI into their day-to-day activity. So, like this, similarly, Azure OpenAI can be integrated in various business processes. You can integrate in your healthcare system where you can manage your appointments very efficiently. The way the data center is managing their events based on the severity. Okay, like which patients need immediate attention and so on. Of course, and diagnosis of the diseases. Okay, so but it is really important that it works as an assistant. It just provides the insights, but we have to be very mindful while taking any decisions. Similarly, it can be used in finance, where they can analyze the stock market trends and detect frauds. They can be used in retail, where there are multiple stores are there, and they can analyze the trend, they can analyze the sales going on, and they can understand that and how they can improve the customer experiences. All right. Moving on, now we are talking about the another services from Microsoft, that is Copilot. So Copilot is an AI powered assistant built into Microsoft ecosystem. Unlike Azure OpenAI, which is the API-based AI platform, Copilot is a AI tool designed to assist user in specific application. Okay, so it empowers you to write code, generate images, find answer to your queries, and so on. So as I said, Microsoft Copilot is embedded in almost all the Microsoft products, like Office products like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and so on. It is also integrated with enterprise application solutions like Dynamics, where like FNO and CRM, and so. And it is also available in many no-code, low-code platforms like Power Platform or Fabric. So, so the people who are developing application can improve their efficiency in while building the solution. There are different types of Copilot. So Copilot is embedded in GitHub Copilot, which comes with Microsoft Visual Studio, which is a software development tool. It can help developers write clean code. They can write the optimized code. They can do their code reviews and so on. It is available, as I said, available with dynamic solutions. Okay, so it can assist in Business Central function like finance and operations and CRM and so on. So it is like a plugin which is available into the existing Microsoft products, and you can just use it as a prompt. Yeah. So basically, it works. It's a context-aware AI assistant. So what I mean by context AI is, so let's say if you are drafting a proposal on Word application, and you want to improve maybe your language, or you want to make it sound more professional. You want to review whether all the factors are covered into the proposal or not. All those things you can do it within the Word environment itself. You don't need to go anywhere else. You don't need to switch the screen anywhere. You need to That will be available as a plugin. You can just ask. So that document what you are drafting would be a context for that AI assistant for you to provide you the right answers. And with that, it can help you, draft the document quicker and improve your productivity. So let's take an example like how a co-pilot can be used in any business processes. So this example will give you comparison of Azure OpenAI and Copilot and how they can used in almost in same process. So we talked about one scenario of customer support, improving the customer support, where Azure OpenAI was working in the background on the recording of the call and doing all the stuff. But now here in this, we'll see how Copilot can help the process. So in any customer service business, okay, there are some key processes where customer sends the issue, forwards the issue over email, where and then as a customer support engineer, they have to understand the problem, what customer is asking for. Okay, second thing, they have to diagnose the issue, and then while diagnosing, they have to collaborate with their product team, engineering team. And third would be like they have to provide a proposed resolution to the customer where they can follow the steps. Okay, and so this is the complete cycle of the process. Now in this process, let's understand how Copilot can help us. So let's say, as I said, first thing is we have to review the customer history. So let's say there is a mail chain going on, okay, with a customer, which and regarding a particular issue. So it can help the Copilot in Outlook, which is embedded in the Outlook, can help us summarize or summarize the history of the issue. So we can track, okay, this was the issue asked by the customer, this was the responses given to them, this is what they have discussed over the email. So it will create a complete summary. Okay, and it can also identify the key action items as well. Next, to diagnose the problem, okay, to diagnose the issue. Let's say if it is available in any portal, like or any document, you can use the same Copilot chat option available. You can type it, because it can also connect with the internet, and it can give us some resolution ideas. You can also connect Copilot with your existing Microsoft solutions like CRM, where you already have a history of the conversations on the we have already have a history of issue which you have resolved in the past. So it can be referenced while providing the diagnosis to the customer service engineer. When the customer service support engineer is communicating with the product team about and discussing about the issue, since Copilot for Teams is available, Copilot is available in Teams. It can also use to summarize the conversation, what are the key action often, and it can easily help us to document them properly, because what we understand, what we communicate over a call, and then we have to draft a proposal. So if Copilot is available in Teams, it can help us what has been discussed, and it can help us to draft initial draft of a revised proposal. So that draft you can use it in the Word, and you can refine it further with the Copilot available in Word as a plugin. So it can help you optimize the language and make it to the point and very clear to understand to all the things, all the parts. And similarly, you can send that document to the customer as well. So I hope you have understood like how Copilot can be used in different places. So in this case, Copilot is working in front. It is working with the engineers. It is working with the support engineers to improve their productivity. Okay, it is not working in the background. It is working on the front, on the tools which users are using, and helping them improve their productivity. So if we have to look at the key differences of Azure OpenAI versus a Copilot, so let's talk about the purpose first. So purpose of Azure OpenAI is to build a complete customizable AI solution. Okay, it can integrate with your existing solutions or platforms and provide insights, and it can work very effectively in the background. Whereas Copilot is available as an assistant, and it is embedded into the Microsoft tools. If you talk about the level of customization which we can achieve using Azure OpenAI is Azure OpenAI, we can train based on our own data. So I just gave an example of the data center use case. So that AI model is providing us insights about the events, what the data center storage systems are providing. So it is getting trained based on the question asked and the responses it is providing and so on. So it will be providing, it is getting refined over the period of time, and it will give more accurate and precise information. Whereas Microsoft Copilot is basically has a limited customization of options. Customizations are like you can connect with your what to say any Microsoft products to get the references. As I said, you can connect with CRM or any Power Platform based solution you have, and it can be used for referencing and providing you suggestion. Talking about the cost models, Azure OpenAI is pay as you go. So you will be charged for the amount. You'll be charged for the amount of resources you use. You won't, okay. And whereas Copilot comes like it has a fixed pricing, so it comes with subscription based pricing model where you are supposed to pay a fixed amount with certain amount of resources we can use. Talking about the integration, it can integrate with any application you have, whether even if it is outside of the Microsoft solution, it can be any product you can easily integrate with Azure OpenAI. Whereas Microsoft can only integrate with Microsoft products, and within the same ecosystem. I would like to give you a quick glimpse of the services what Azure OpenAI is offering us. I hope you guys can see the portal. So this is the complete catalog of the services what Azure is offering us. As you can see, I was talking about Azure OpenAI. Along with that, there are more services available which can work together and give us a lot of productivity and efficiency in the background. Okay, so I was giving you an example of speech to text service. So there's a speech service. It converts the audio files into text, and it can be further fed to the Azure OpenAI, and it can generate more analytics. So there are similarly there are so many other services available like anomaly detection. You can detect the anomalies in the you have if you want to see an anomaly in the trend of data you have. So it can help. So there are many you know solutions available to improve the efficiency and operations in the background. Now, since we have talked about these two solutions, what Microsoft is providing, or you use any AI solution, there are certain aspects or factors one should take care of while starting to implement Azure OpenAI or in any implementing any AI use case. So one of the first important factor would be aligning with business goals. So it means that you should be very clear about what you want to achieve using Azure Open or any OpenAI solution. Okay. So avoid implementing an AI without clear problem to solve. Okay. So you should be very precise in describing the problem. Okay. So this is the first and very important factor. Second factor is that ensure data readiness. What I mean by data readiness is like clean and pre-process the data to reduce bias. So if you have seen in the previous example which I gave regarding the, we have a data processor engine. So we are getting a lot of raw data from different storage systems. So we are processing that data and structuring it properly so that it makes it easier to and clear for AI to provide you the results. So your data could be very clear. Let's say if you are integrating with any systems you are saying, so it should be very you should define the structure of the data. Okay, so that it will give you more accurate results as well. Next would be start small and scale gradually. Of course, like since AI is getting very popular, everyone is excited about implementing it, and many organization wants to have a full-fledged AI solution. Like they want to use artificial intelligence everywhere. But our suggestion would be like we should start with the pilot project first. To start with a small use case, integrate it, experience it, and then you evolve with the feedback and keep on adding more and more solution and scale your scope gradually rather than overcomplicating with the first version itself. Where so start with a small business use case. Consider integration and reusability. Make sure that while implementing any AI use case, you don't have to change or modify your existing system. Okay, because for some business it would be very critical and challenging if that main, because that is a pillar of their business processes. So make sure that you integrate any AI solution with the existing system rather than building a new system altogether, which would be very time consuming and cost consuming as well. And last but not least, that ensure ethical AI usage. In since the volume of data is too much, we have to be compliant with security as well. Okay, avoid making critical decisions. So even though AI is great and it is giving a lot of information, but you have to also make sure that don't make any critical decisions based on it. You need to verify the data and before taking any action. So to summarize this session now, let's take a quick look at when to use what. So Azure AI, as we discussed, used for custom AI based powered solution when you want to have a full control over your AI model and where you need to just integrate beyond the AI, Microsoft tools. If you want to integrate with your any existing ERP system or any system, you can integrate with it. Whereas Copilot is a solution which can be used within the Microsoft products ecosystem, and which doesn't provide us a very high level of customization. With small level of customization, it can help you increase your productivity. Okay, so it is basically, to rephrase it, like it is built for improving the efficiency or productivity of a person rather than a process. Okay, whereas OpenAI can help us improve the efficiency of the process. And it could also happen that in some business use case, we can collaborate both the solution together and build a hybrid solution using that. So with this, I will conclude my session, and I hope this session would have given you some important insights about implementing AI and their differences and so on. So before we conclude this call, there would be a quick poll. So Viva, if you could just help us with the
Yeah.
poll. Thank you.
The poll has been displayed. Request you all to put in your
Thank you, Viva.
responses. Harsh, I think we can move to the Q&A session.
Perfect. All right. So thank you, and you drop your questions here in the let's try to understand if you have any queries.
Yeah. If there is any questions, I request you all to put in your questions in the comment section. We'll pick it up from there, and we will try our best to respond. Yes. We can see someone raising their hand. Could you please put in your question on the comment section, please? Harsh, we have a question from Omar.
Yeah.
What about OpenAI security?
Hey, hi Omar. So as I said that this with Azure OpenAI, the AI models are available on within the Azure ecosystem. So Microsoft is responsible for taking care of the security of the data, and and the main reason behind this collaboration was that a lot of people have concern with the security of the data is getting exposed outside of their tenant. So with Azure OpenAI, the data remains within your tenant. Okay, and it will not go outside of the Azure ecosystem. Okay, you can also configure it to be used within your network or within your tenant as well. Okay, I hope that answers your question.
Adina, I think you raised your hand if you want to put in your question. We have another question, Harsh.
Yep. How do you connect to your application and ensure that? Okay. So when we're talking about Copilot, okay, so I assume that you must be having the Office licenses, right? And all your data is available within the tenant. So in the same line, so you must be having Word files, or you have any if you're using any of your Microsoft products, it remains within your tenant only, and it is not accessible outside of the your organization. Okay, so if you want to connect Copilot, okay, so you can easily connect it with the any of the Microsoft tool, and it also makes sure that it doesn't go outside of the tenant, and it brings more security. And there are Copilot studios available as well, where you can also, so plugins are already available in the ready-made solutions under Microsoft Office license. But if you want to also have a customized Copilot, you can also use Copilot Studio, where you can customize your chatbot, and you can connect with different knowledge bases you have within your organization, so that you can use it in your custom use cases. We can explain this more in detail as well. You can connect with us.
You can connect with us on the email ID that's
Yes.
displayed on the screen,
Yeah.
info@terracez.com. So we'll be more than happy to connect with you on that. Do we have more questions, Harsh? Omar has
Okay. Omar
again,
has an
but
interesting
have we,
question.
Yes, I think Umar,
But
you can reach out to us, write to us, whereas let's also take questions from other participants. We already use Office 365 application and still Copilot unable to help us in registration and using it.
um, we would like to learn more about your problem, like what challenges you are facing with the Copilot integration. Maybe we can separate, you can write it to us. We can discuss this in detail and understand the issue. Probably we can, you know, answer your question there better.
Okay, Harsh, I'm not sure if you've taken up this. How to do connect Copilot to your application and ensure that your data is only accessible to your organization.
Yeah, I just answered that. So,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
yeah, because
I
Copilot,
think, yeah,
once again,
please. So
to
sorry.
answer that question once again, Copilot is used within your tenant, and it will not, and it can easily access to the solutions what you're using within the tenant.
I hope that answers your question. And we would be really happy to
Yeah,
address most of your questions, and if they're we're considering the time, we would like to end the session, but whereas you can always reach out to us and in on info@terracez.com. Please write to us on this, and if there is anything, we will be more than glad to help you all. Yeah, I think there's someone else again. Yes, that's
yeah.
great. Thank you, Harsh. Thanks for pasting it on the chat. That will be very
Yes,
helpful to the participants too. Thank you, everyone. It was really nice connecting with all of you.
sure,
Regarding the recordings, we'll keep you posted. Harsh, do we share the
sure.
recording?
Yeah, we'll get back to you on this.
Yeah,
You
we'll
can
get
write.
back to you on this. Yeah, you can always write to us on the email provided. Can I speak, please? I'm sorry. In this session, that wouldn't be allowed. But however, we are very glad to take your
Yeah,
questions on the email provided in the chat section. We are very sorry about that. But keeping the time as well as another event that Harsh has to hop on to. Thank you so much, Harsh, for the insightful
thank you.
presentation and taking us through Azure and as well as Azure OpenAI versus Copilot. It was indeed a great session. Once again, thank you all for joining in with us.
Thank you
If
all.
there's any
Thank
question,
you.
we'll be very glad to take it. Thank you all.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you all. Have a good day. Looking forward to your queries.
Thank you, Harsh. Thank you once again.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Good day all.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you.